it the realest?
Only you, cause the others too scared to live it.
Who fucks with the rhyme of the dope house mind? Who shines in the dark in these end of times? Line after line, who keeps it the realest?
Only you, cause the others too scared to live it.
They wipe tears while I wipe fingerprints off lead. They say shoot for the stars, I say shoot for the head. I believe in good times, having peace and fun, but I'm still in my room trying to grease my gun. Can't let it get rusty. If a shootout breaks, the only thing I want jamming is my screwed out tape. And tomorrow's the big day, gotta get my rest. 45 G's out of town, lick buying threats. I'm all alone. My girl said that she couldn't make it, cause she caught a damn cold and her whole body's aching. And I feel kinda nervous, butterflies in my stomach, but I drift off to sleep, really thinking nothing of it. Then something wakes me up and I open my eyes. Somebody's in my house, I'm heartbroken cause I couldn't tell my mom bye. They finally caught me slipping, I'ma die like a man, homeboy, I ain't tripping. Gunshots to my dome, jackers in my home. Nothing too fancy, just your average tombstone. I'm sorry that I chose a life under the curse. I'll be dressed in the suit and finally going to church. Gunshots to my dome, jackers in my home. Nothing too fancy, just your average tombstone. I'm sorry that I chose a life under the curse. I'll be dressed in the suit and finally going to church. Dreams of the cream, enemies on different teams. Red beams in my house, man, this shit is so extreme. I saw them dressed up in all black with the mask, and I knew they was coming for the birds and the cash. So I rolled out my bed, hit the floor and start crawling. And this is the price that you pay when you ballin'. But how did they get the spare key to my crib? It had to be my bitch, she gon' die if I live. Usually I keep a black Glock on my dresser, and I'm hearing someone whisper saying low summer kitchen. And I'm knowing it's the devil, but I pay it no mind. I've been dodging that fool ever since I was 9. Gotta make it to the closet where I keep my Mossberg. Slug shots, one hit, never speak another word. Little did I know they had night vision goggles when they saw me on the floor. Boy, squeezed on the throttle. Gunshots to my dome, jackers in my home. Nothing too fancy, just your average tombstone. I'm sorry that I chose a life under the curse. I'll be dressed in the suit and finally going to church. Gunshots to my dome, jackers in my home. Nothing too fancy, just your average tombstone. I'm sorry that I chose a life under the curse. I'll be dressed in the suit and finally going to church. Shots started ringing, I was tumbling and diving, running out of time with my mind on surviving. Dove out the window, but I started seeing stars. I forgot last week about some burglar bars. Now my face is all wet and I know it ain't sweat. Bullet hit my leg, so I rolled to the left. Guess where I was at? Damn right, in the closet, grabbed a pump. Now it's my turn to make a deposit. Damn slugs ain't no punk. Hit the boy in his back, saw his right leg flying and it knocked down my lamp. Unloaded, reloaded, was a 3-man army. Now they looking like piñatas at the end of a party. One was still alive, so I started asking questions. He could barely talk, spitting blood like venom. He said he had a team and that people would rent him. I killed the messengers, now I need who sent them. Gunshots to my dome, jackers in my home. Nothing too fancy, just your average tombstone. I'm sorry that I chose a life under the curse. I'll be dressed in the suit and finally going to church. Gunshots to my dome, jackers in my home. Nothing too fancy, just your average tombstone. I'm sorry that I chose a life under the curse. I'll be dressed in the suit and finally going to church. double OD Texas. Got 3 Benzes and quick reflexes. I'ma eat me breakfast with the Mexicans. Break dance in my cell and do some head spins. Don't forget, kids, if you test this, you will drop like fall semesters. Watch the Texans beat the Redskins. On the news, that don't look like me. Bad sketches. Let's watch Death Wish. It got a good message. I used to sell motherfucking O's and X's in seconds. I'd kill them the gentlest. Been slanging since carpenters used asbestos. SKS's, leave them chestless. Inside connects to get their addresses. Request this, put them on the hellbound guest list. I be taking motherfuckers out like dentures.
Niggas in my clique be strapped and deadly. Bust to they shit, get jammed to empty. Hide Coca-Cola in a can of Pepsi. You other motherfuckers just can't impress me. Niggas in my clique be strapped and deadly. Bust to they shit, get jammed to empty. Hide Coca-Cola in a can of Pepsi. You other motherfuckers just can't
Have you
impress
ever
me.
been chased by bacon or faced with making a decision that could cost you a fate with Satan? Do you even understand the things I'm saying? Listen close, homeboy, the game ain't playing. It's the evil twin, nigga, you don't see me dance. Other rappers changing like they just shit in they pants. Still putting work in, I'm destined for trial. Wasted money on the grill, nigga, I don't smile. Southeast, home of the killers for realer. My hood like the Michael Jackson video Thriller. Looking like they climbed out a grave or casket. Mama don't know the deal, too afraid to ask.